Great. Well, welcome everybody to today's session. This is for Suncoast and Armwood High School. It's a new project for UiPath. We're very excited about it. So we're going to do some introductions. Why don't we start with Suncoast and let them introduce themselves?
All right, good morning, everybody. Are y'all awake? I'm waving at you. I don't see y'all waving. There we go. I'm Dottie Dunn from Suncoast Credit Union, and I am Director of Intelligent Automations here. And we're excited for this program to start. And on the call, I'll let them introduce themselves, but we have Carla O'Brien and Matthew Leinhart. Let you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Matt, you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. Good morning, everybody. My name is Matthew Linhart. I am a mortgage data analyst that uses UiPath systems to aid my work and help with everything with our systems and our reporting. I'm very excited to offer my mentor skills and knowledge in this program. Little fun fact about me is I'm actually a Armwood alumni. So I'm really excited to be working with you guys, helping you guys out, and answer any questions that comes up.
Okay, so I should have gone first. I'm Carla O'Brien, and I am a project manager, and I don't have any of that fun stuff like Matthew to tell you.
You have a cool background.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, glad you guys have joined this project. We're really looking forward to it. And Carl, if you'd like me to add you to all the calls, if you could just text me or put in chat your email address, then I can add you. Thank you. And then Dr. Newfield, do you want to go next? And introduce yourself to the team because I'm not sure everybody knows you. Yeah.
Let's try that. Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Newfield. I am tentatively the one in charge of our finance academy here at Armwood, but doesn't mean that we only do finance as part of our academy. We also deal with entrepreneurship, and hopefully through this business automation thing, we can tie it directly to it. Our goal is to offer internships to our students that may not have readily accessible transportation or anything of that nature. And this is allowing them an opportunity to complete the program through this internship, and they can apply for scholarships that we have inside the district academy. Our big goal is to be able to take this program and push it out to the rest of the other academies that are in a similar situation. And that's the serious side of me.
Okay, thank you. Good. Well, then we know you have a non-serious side. Appreciate that.
Well, consider the fact
yeah,
right there. It's the fun side.
Yeah, good. So I'm Diana Gray. I'm the community marketing manager for UiPath in all the Americas. So I'm in charge of Latin America, the USA, and Canada when it comes to any kind of community projects for UiPath. With me today, I'd like Michaela to introduce herself really quick, and then we'll go around our team.
My name is Michaela. I usually work with schools, universities. We go all the way down to students much younger than you, to some students maybe a little bit older than you at the college or PhD level. And I am based out of Houston, Texas. And actually, before I came to do this, I used to be a weather person. So I am thinking of y'all with the coming storms maybe heading y'all's way.
Amen. Thank you. And then we also have with us today Yale Biren. Yale, do you want to introduce yourself?
Thanks, Diana. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Yael. I am a customer success manager at UiPath, and I partner with Dottie and the automation team to nurture and grow the automation program at Suncoast. And it's been a super fun journey for 2 years now, Dottie. I don't even know. I'm based out of New Jersey and so excited to be on this program today with you guys. Good luck.
Thanks, Yale. All right, so I'm going to start with our MVP. So just so you know a little bit about the UiPath community, every year we nominate what we consider the best of the best of customers, partners, skilled people in UiPath technology who have to apply to become an MVP. It's our highest program. It's amazing what our MVPs can do. And we've picked 6 MVPs to be here with you today for this project. This is an amazing project. We're all excited to be here, and everybody brings a different skill to the team. So let's start with Chris, who's going to be kind of helping to drive this program. So Chris, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So let me preface by saying my name's Chris. I will be your favorite person. And I know Tracy's going to try and kick me out of that spot, but she's not going to be able to do that. I've been working with UiPath Solutions for about 10 years. I work for a company that delivers AI, machine learning, and RPA to the federal government. I'm a 3-time MVP. I teach this same kind of program here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex to high schools and to 2 universities virtually. I think that's about it.
Where are you located?
I'm in Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then I'm going to go to Andres.
Hi everyone, I'm Andres. I work over at Bank United on the other side of the state. I'm over by Miami. I'm a RPA solutions engineer, they call me. I'm basically just in charge of overseeing all of our UiPath developments and existing automations. And I've been working with UiPath for about 6 years-ish. It's my first year as an MVP, and I'm really excited to see if I can help you guys out to understand this a little better and hopefully compete for 3rd place on your favorites list.
Thanks, Andres. I don't know. We have a whole list of them here, favorites. Okay, so Trace, I'm going to let you go next.
Sure. So Tracy Dixon, I'm a 5-year MVP. Really like to talk about automation to really anybody that'll listen. With charities, with firms, I do work for a consulting firm where I've focused on automation and process improvement since late 2018. And so really excited to help you guys out. I've taught at the university level. I've not taught students younger than that, focused on automation. So excited to be here.
Can you tell us where you're from?
I am from Florida, in Jacksonville, so not too far from you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to move to Jeffrey.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey. I'm actually not from Florida.
But he
I'm
looks
from
like he is.
Yes, especially with my background, right? I'm from Massachusetts, and I've been with UiPath for a little over 7 years now. Love everything technology, and I think that's originally my background was in, by the way, I'm also in banking. Some of the folks here was mostly process improvement. And then technology came along, and I just got so excited about what could be done in the field of process improvement that it just took off from there. So I'm very excited to be here. I hope I can help you guys with your path to certification, and good luck.
Thank you. And then we have Paul Ostwick.
Yep. Hi, my name's Paul. I grew up in Michigan, but I'm in Florida now, up in Ocala, so I'm not too far from all of you. And I've been doing UiPath for about 6 years. I'm the lead developer for First Horizon Bank, and so I code. I sit and I write automations and help our team lead manage the UiPath environment as well.
Great. And then we have one other person, part of our team, but he's not able to make it today. His name is Mason Turvey. And he just he came in 2nd place on our hackathon, global hackathon last year. But another amazing MVP you guys will all get to know through this program. So basically how we're doing this program is we are going to divide up different groups of people per week, and we'll go through different sessions. So I'm going to share my screen. I didn't miss anybody in the introductions, did I? Hopefully not.
Just the students.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, Dowdy.
Yeah,
Do you want to do a quick run around the room for the students?
Yeah, that'd be great if you don't mind.
Not That'd be great.
Want me to get closer? Can you guys hear me from here?
We can hear you.
Just yell.
Okay. All right, my name is Faith. My name is Faith Lamb. I'm a 12th grader here at Armwood. And I got like put in this program because I was part of like the personal finance class. So Phil was like, she qualifies. So now I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. Just name and run.
I'm taking Newfield. You guys are gonna have to come here.
No, she listened to the instructions. Just name and run.
Yeah.
All right, my name is My name is Jerry. My name is Cameron Wenzel.
My name is Cameron Campbell.
My name is Devon Taylor.
Louder.
My name is Levante.
My name is Adiola.
My name is Roberto.
My name is Gabrielle.
My name is Khalid. My name is Alan.
My name is Agent Reader.
All right, that was everybody.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome, you guys. You have a cool looking classroom.
This is the library.
Yeah. A lot of trophies. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. So all of you guys should become pretty familiar with this URL, which I'll put in chat. This is our community at UiPath, and it is community.uipath.com. So I'm going to go through a couple things with you to kind of share our plan of what we're hoping to do this semester. So when you go to, I just put that in the chat. Let's see. I can go back. Yeah. When you go to this community site here, and you come down, you'll see the academy here. You'll see a lot of other things too, but the academy is one thing you want to find. So right under the academy, you'll see the training tab, which is where I'm going to go to kind of share with you how I get to the learning path that we're going to be taking you through. So we're going to go under learning plans, and we're going to go under Automation Developer Associate Training. So this is basically the curriculum we're going to work with you on throughout this training that we're going to do. And we're dividing this into two different areas. So the first part of this is what we can get done before the holidays. So when you come here, you're going to see on the lessons when you sign up and register for the classes where I've listed what self-paced training you need to take. And you're going to be going under this learning plan curriculum tab here. Okay. So when you go under here, you're going to see all the lessons that we're going to do before the end of December. And this will all be mapped out. It's going to be 12 sessions. Today is the first session, and I'll share with you that part in a minute. But basically, the first session for the training piece of it today is really set up, making sure you guys are all comfortable with the setup, who everybody is. We can answer any questions you have. And then we're going to start the learning part next week. When we start the learning part on your lesson plan, you're going to see that you have self-paced training to take. The first lesson is going to require you to take this pre-training survey, explore the automation development with UiPath, and build your first automation. So our speakers next week will kind of give you an overview of some of the important things about getting started with UiPath, and then you will go do the self-study and bring any questions you have to the next session, which will be each week at the same time on the same day. So the second session, just so you know, is going to be variables, constants, and arguments. I'll list the self-paced training you would do that week, which would be this one course. And then we just keep going. This course, as you can tell, is a little bit longer. It's 2 hours. You have 2 weeks to finish the self-paced training for this week, for this course. So as you finish these courses, what's going to happen is you're going to get course credit. You're going to get a certificate, and you want to make sure you keep those and save those and show them to your teacher, who's going to be tracking if you're okay. And you've been able to pass it. If you need any help, if you can't pass it, you probably need some help, and you just need to let us know. If we need to set up somebody with you separately to get through this, or a few of you just don't understand one part, please just let your teacher know, and they'll let us know, and then we'll work with you. We don't want anybody falling behind. You guys can do this. Not a big deal. So, and then we're going to have a tutor session. The tutor session is going to come in between here. We're going to have two of them. And those are really for you just to think of questions you might have. Do you need any help? What can we do? If you can ask anything. Actually, if all your questions are answered, you can just talk to our MVPs, share ideas with them, however you want to use that time. And then we're going to go through the rest of these sessions. And then the last session we do, I believe, is around December 5th. So we will give you the week of Thanksgiving off. And then this Automation Explorer assessment will be done. And that'll be the end of the classes for this year. And then what we'll be doing is making sure that everything worked okay. You guys were comfortable with the setup. And then I'll be talking to your teacher, your educator, about this next session that we'll be going through next year. We'll probably do it a little bit faster, but we'll figure all that out. So the whole part of this program first is just to get started, working together, be comfortable with each other, making sure that you guys are on board. And this is the first part of the program, so it should be pretty easy for you. Hopefully that is good. And then the only other thing I want to bring up with you then is the events themselves. So I'm going to go back to my homepage. I'm going to go back to the link that I put in the chat. Every one of these sessions will be recorded. Just so you guys know, if you're sick for a day or something, we still require that you take it, but you'll be able to find it. It will be recorded. So for instance, today, it is a requirement that you guys sign up for every one of these and register for these sessions. So in your chat, you will find the link to this chapter, and you need to check this and go by, and I'll be reminding you to make sure that you register for each session. When you register, what you're going to find is you're going to click on it. You're going to find this information. So this will be the information of the project. This will be all the information you need. And here's my kickoff agenda for today. You can see that. And then here's all the people who are doing your session today. So the other thing I'm going to do is show you the next one, which is I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I'm going to go to the next event. So you can see, and if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. But I'm going to go back and show you the next event where you're going to find your homework. So when you do next week's session, what we're going to be doing is covering the overarching topics. And then what we're going to do is let you know, and you can always come back to these main pages, that you can take this self-paced training. And here's the URL. You go to that training path that I gave you, and then you take the following courses: the pre-training survey, explore automation developer, and build your first automation process with Studio. So if you have any questions about that, you can always reach out to me, reach out to your teacher. I'll be telling him what is needed. And I think that's pretty much it. So you'll have 12 sessions listed here on your dashboard that you can take the training for, and then you just finish each one. You finish your self-paced training, and then we're all good, pretty much. Any questions so far? Okay. Yes.
Sorry, I'm muted. Go ahead.
What tab do we go to find the homework?
I didn't hear that.
What tab do you find the homework under?
Oh, it's the second tab. It's the Learning Path tab. So when you go to that Learning Path tab, let me just pull it up again. When you go to the Learning Path tab, oops, it didn't work. This is the second tab. So you're going to see Home under Academy. You're going to see Courses, and then you're going to go to Learning Plans. When you go to Learning Plans, it's the first one listed, Automation Developer Associate Training. And then you're going to click on this. And you're going, here's the learning plan curriculum. So when you look at these, every single one of these is a course. This is a survey here. It tells you pre-training survey. This survey you would take, you do the start, and then you finish it and you submit it. The second one for this first class you're going to be doing next week is called Explore Automation Development with UiPath. So you wait until after your session next week. This module should take you about an hour to complete. And then you just click the Start Learning Now, and then you're going to go through that and finish it. And then the last one is Build Your First Automation Process with Studio for next week. And again, this is another 1 hour session, and you're going to start learning now. You click on that and you finish that. And then if you do this in the classroom, basically, if you have any problems or anything, you should be able to work this through the lesson together with your mentors and with your teacher.
All right, can I clarify on that, build on that a little bit, Diana?
Sure.
So when we use the word homework, it's a little different in this scenario. So this is self-directed training, and this is what typically would wanna-be developers, new developers, all go through, right? So you're kind of starting where someone going into UiPath or RPA development starts green. When we say homework, that just means that we as the MVPs, we as your mentors will be giving you a high-level overview in those classes of the material of these modules that Diana's talking about. And then when you get into the modules and you start working through the modules, there'll be some exercises that you'll be doing in line with the training. So you'll be hands-on on the keyboard through some of it, not all of it, but through a great deal of it. So you'll be learning as you go through those self-directed modules. We as your mentors will then set up some office hours if you need those, especially at the onset where we will be online. You can contact us or whatever it might be, and we'll help you with any challenges you have, anything like that. And then of course we'll have the tutoring sessions where we'll be available for those as well. And those will be especially important as we get into the more advanced concepts. And I think all of us will, all your mentors will generally agree that the first part that you're taking, that Diana's explaining now, is going to be kind of basic, and it may seem to you a little bit, in some cases, kind of elementary, especially if you've had any experience working with code. But when you start getting into the more advanced concepts, you're going to quickly realize how these modules build upon each other, right? So certainly ask any questions that you have of us as mentors. That's why we're here. But the homework is not really the kind of homework that, I did in high school. Heck, when I was in high school, the computer took up half the table, right? But it's not going to be quite that kind of homework since it's self-directed. I hope that helps answer it better.
No, that's great. Thanks, Chris.
This is something that we had in mind to ask students. I'm not sure if we actually ever came up with a form or something, but to ask you guys how experienced you are with sort of coding generally, or if you had any sort of exposure to any programming languages or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll do the lot. I will probably say 70% of them have gone through either a Java script coding. Some of them have experience with Java. There's probably about 5 or 6 who haven't touched that yet because they're 10th graders. That's the next step for some of them if they decide to go down that road. I'm sorry, I'm trying to mute a little bit for the bell because we're changing classes right now. But most of them have some sort of coding, and if not, well, I used to be an AP CS teacher, and I'm still teaching computer science on a dual enrollment level. So you do have a little bit of experience in the room too. And the guy across the hall from me has well, yeah, I know somebody screamed his name. We were good there as well. So he's on board as my backup.
Perfect.
That's awesome. I wish they had APCS when I was in high school. It's awesome.
Great.
Hey, when I was in high school, we had computers that had cassette tapes. How's that?
Hey, don't start with Fortran with me. I might look young, but I still know Fortran a little.
I'm not even going to talk about it. Oh boy, that's funny. You have to look up Cray in your search. Anyway, so I think that's our introduction to kind of the program. I'm going to be putting those sessions together. You guys, this is a great group of people. Feel free to talk to them. They're your mentors. They're here to help you. We want to make sure you guys do this. Just so you know, RPA is such a cool technology. We love working with UiPath technology. It's also just so neat in today's world to learn about automation, AI, just a lot to offer you. So as you go through these courses too, you're just going to learn a lot of new skills that you can use for your career. And I think that's going to be awesome for you. All right. So Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you then.
All right, cool. So if a couple things I want you to do first, Michaela, if you can scroll through the chat and find a message from Michaela, and it's going to be titled Student License Key. Once everybody finds that, if you can let me know, and I'll go forward on that.
Yeah, and I'll put it so it's also the most recent message. And
Okay.
Just
Thank
to
you, Michaela.
confirm, they have permissions to download software on their computers, right?
I'm assuming do they have the permissions to download?
Yes, they may have to have the extra administrative permissions that I have to be able to get permission, but yes, we can get it done. It might be a little bit, but yes.
Yeah, these are MSI files.
Okay.
Okay.
We're
Once
gonna have
everybody,
them
I'll
all
just share
there.
my. Can I take the screen, Diana? Do you mind?
No.
All right. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Give me a second and hide things that you can't see. All right. Someone give me a heads up that you can see my screen.
I can see it.
All right. So this is what your screen on your laptop should look like. And this is a form you're going to fill out to get a license key. This license key is something you'll use on, I'm assuming the laptops in front of you are school issued laptops and that you take them home with you. Is that an incorrect assumption? I'm going to assume since the silence, it's a correct assumption. You're going to fill out this form. You're going to be a student learner. All right. Your country, your institution, organization name. I don't know if is this pre-populated? Or can they do free form of this, Michaela?
They can type in, or you can also scroll down to the United States. But I think Armwood was not on the drop down last I checked. So you can just say the top option, which is easiest to find, which is I can't find my institution on this list, and then just type it underneath, which is completely fine.
And then we're going to type it here, right?
That
All
works.
right.
Do we want to take time to do that now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this as I talk, if you don't mind. That way we can get all of our licensing done today.
No problem. Give me one moment. They're just now pulling up their interface that I had to send it over to them.
Sure.
So give me about 2 minutes.
No worries.
Just tell me when you're ready.
Okay, so they're all in the same spot. They are all asking me the same question about institution.
Right here.
Just do I can't find my institution and type the name.
Right. So when we do that, when you're at institution, since yours is not listed yet, you're going to choose this first option. I can't find my institution in the list. And then we're going to go in there and just free form type your institution organization name, Armwood High School. And then field of study or work. I guess that would depend on Dr. Newfield on what you want them to put there. Do you want it to be consistent? I'm not sure how you're measuring that.
We don't collect this data, so really no one's gonna look at it, so they could,
Okay.
they could put dinosaur if they wanted and it wouldn't matter.
So everybody put dinosaur like Michaela suggested.
Then you're gonna be fine. And they don't have to do the start date or end date either.
So we can leave this blank then, right, Michaela?
That's correct.
Okay. And these are your personal preferences on this next one. Would you like to receive communications about UiPath tailored to your interests? That's totally up to you. It depends on what kind of emails you want to get. And then you declare that you have read and agree with the license agreement. If you want to read that license agreement, you're welcome to. If not, you can check that and then you're going to hit request now. I'm not going to push my request now button since I already have several licenses. And as you should get in what, 10 minutes, Michaela?
Yeah, actually max 10 minutes. Usually best case scenario, it's 2 to 5, but we are having a bunch of people click it all at once. So that might take a little bit.
So you're gonna get a license key, and that license key is gonna be several digits separated by hyphens. I believe it's 4 groups of digits separated by hyphens. I need you to save that license key and not lose that license key, because you will need that license key.
And just so everyone also is aware, the email is going to be coming from info@mail.uipath.com. I'm also putting that in the chat, Dr. Newfield, in case you need to reference that.
Just keep in mind, if you don't have this license key, you don't get a play. We're going to kick you into a different sandbox.
So this is very important.
It is. And if everybody's done with that, waiting for their license key email, tell me who's still going, or is everybody ready to move on while we wait for those emails to come?
If you guys didn't get it, let us know, please.
Everybody good? Collective yes, collective no. Someone talk. Everybody's waving, so that means we're good, right? All right. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to go to, and I want you to open up a new tab in your browser.
Sorry. They haven't gotten their emails yet.
No, we're waiting for their emails. We'll come back to that.
10-4. All right, there we go, guys.
All right, I want you to open up a new tab, and I want you to go to Academy. Just type in UiPath Academy. Well, if I can spell it correctly. And we're all going to register for an account with UiPath Academy, because this is where you're going to be doing your self-directed learning from.
So it's called academy.uipath.com.
Correct.
And I can put that in chat for you. Oops, I can't spell either.
And Tracy, if I miss anything, let me know, but I'm not going to listen to you even if I do. You know that, right?
I still didn't do it right.
What's that?
This is what Tracy should be doing.
I'll type it out for you.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to log out just so that you can know how to log in. You're going to go over here and click this login sign up link right here. Now, obviously, I can't do this since I already have several Academy accounts, but you're going to follow the screen prompts to log that in. And we'll give you a couple couple minutes. While by the time you're done doing this, we should have those emails in. I'm losing my page here. Hold on. All right, someone tell me when y'all are ready to move on. And once everybody's registered for UiPath Academy account. I think this account's going to also ask you what your business is. I don't know if there's another option there. If not, just pick one. Michaela, you don't gather data from the Academy logins, do you?
We do to a certain extent, but that data is super protected. So in order for us to get any visibility on it, we would have to have a data sharing agreement in place.
I don't know. It's been so long since I signed up for an Academy account. I don't know what the options are on business. I think it's more of a question.
We used to tell students to do high school because we used to be able to pull reports from Academy. That was about a year and a half ago. And before the data laws, I guess, were a little bit less strict.
No worries, we're good.
Now it seems we don't really pull it, it's flexible.
Yeah, we're good.
You're good?
Everybody says we're
All
clear.
right, so go ahead. What was that, Dr. Newfield?
Everybody says we're clear here, so you can
Okay.
move on.
Let's go to learning plans. Your screen should look like what mine looks like. We're going to go to Automation Developer Associate Training. Right? Then I want everybody to take this pre-training survey really quick right now.
Okay, they're starting.
Okay. And that will get you done with your first module. We'll knock that one out of the way so we just jump into the good stuff on the next session. How much time do we have left, Diana?
I think we have an hour and a half today, so plenty of
Okay.
time.
Once you're done with that survey at the bottom, it's going to be a little thing that says done. So just hit that done when you're done with it. Now, while they're doing that, Tracy, Andres, Paul, anybody else, do we have a problem if they decide, well, I'm bored one night, I want to start looking at the modules before we do the high level overview during class?
No, I don't think so.
We don't, and if they're gonna do that, we just would require that they write down any questions as they're going through it so that to make sure that if they have any issues that they can let us know so we can help them get through it. Like,
Okay.
please don't be embarrassed or anything if you just don't get a point. That's why we're here. And again, that we set up these sessions for 90 minutes, but if it only takes 30, it only takes 30. We give time back. You know, we're just doing this because it's new and we're not exactly sure how long this is going to take.
So everybody let me know two things. When you're done with this survey, and then if you get the email, I'm going to fill those out since it's.
Yes.
I got you. I got you.
Fuck it.
I said yes.
That we're getting with that.
Oh, they're asking me a question. Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry.
Sure. So while they're on mute, since I've been talking a lot, Tracy, Andres, Paul, anybody want to walk through installation?
I mean, it's just clicking all the buttons till you get to the license key thing, type it in,
Right,
and then
right.
that's, but do you have something ready to share that like the MSI
Yeah,
ready to
Michaela
install?
sent me something. Let me pull up what she sent me real quick.
Let
Let me get
see.
this off my
Oh,
screen.
you have the document. Yeah, my only take would be to go download the community edition and run run the installer on my computer so I could show that. But better to share that document, I think.
Yeah, I'll share the document, and if you just want, it's just a PDF.
I just shared it in the chat for everybody.
Can you put that in the chat, Michaela?
Yep, I just did.
I just want them to hear other voices besides my own, right?
I got you. Here, I can walk through this document.
Yeah, they just have to click on the 2023.10 MSI on the email. And then once it's downloaded, it's about 5 or 6 steps. And I'm right here as well. So if you start going off the tracks, I'll stop you.
But it is going to automatically update them to the 2024 one, right? It was at
As soon
2024.
as they sign on to Orchestrator, it will. If because I know Orchestrator is towards the end of the learning plan. So until they sign on to Orchestrator, it's not going to update them.
Okay.
Where are we in the process? Did they get their license keys yet?
You should be getting the email from the info@mail.uipath.com. Has
Yeah,
anyone
that's
received
what
that?
after they fill out this survey, we're going to see if they have the license key emails.
Okay, perfect. I tested it on my personal email and I received mine, so I'm hoping that's a good sign.
That's what we're trying to verify right now. We're in the middle of the zone here where some will have signal, some won't. So. Oh. Yes. Okay, they're starting to get them. All right, let me verify with the room.
And then in the email, there's also going to be a link to download the MSI.
Correct. Andres, can you drop your email really quick? I'll forward you what their email's gonna look like.
The direct message to Tracy. I think anybody can do that.
And Diana, we want to talk about expectations of attendance, or is that something that Dr. Newfield's gonna do.
Yeah, I
Are
can
there
repeat
expectations
it,
for
which is,
attendance?
yeah, for attendance, we expect everybody to be at every class. If there's a problem, we are recording these sessions, so you'll have access to those.
Okay,
It's really up to Dr. Newfield to do the attendance, not me. But we do need you to register, however, for every event because in order to get the recording, you need to register. So
I
please do that.
expressed, yeah, I've already expressed with them about making sure we register, make
Yeah.
sure that they are following up, and that if I see any of them stray, we will have conversations. So yeah, we've got that side because sometimes our schedules are a little weird. Like next week, October 1st is great. The one that's after might be a little weird. We only have half the group. Just the way the schedule works, with high
No
school.
worries. Yeah, and
So
just
you're
let
on a
us
block-
know if you need us
you're on
to
a block
adjust the
schedule, Dr.
time.
Newfield?
Well, as long as we've got the recordings and they register, I mean, they should be able to take off where they left off. If they couldn't hit the morning meeting, they may have a finance class in the afternoon. We can coordinate with that teacher and they can just
Okay.
follow through with the recordings.
Yeah,
Appropriate work.
that's perfect. Yeah, and then the other thing we can do as part of this 90-minute sessions is if we have time, they can get started on their self-paced training, their homework, as part of that too. So, yeah, I think we should be in pretty good shape. So is there anything else you were going to go through today, Chris? Do you know if you feel comfortable
I
to set
do-
up or?
I do have one
Go ahead,
question
Doc.
regarding
Yep.
regarding license key. If a student wanted to do this at home outside of school, do they have to get a different license key?
Michaela was
Yes.
gonna answer that because I
Yeah,
saw her
sorry.
works for her computer.
My mouse got lost on my computer. No, so their license key will work on two computers. So they can do the one school computer and then also their computer at home. The only thing is that whatever files they're working on their lab computer, it's not going to automatically then show up on their home computer. So if they start a project in the lab, it's not going to then show up on their home computer. So I don't know if they have access to like a Dropbox or I guess old school like a USB drive or something, but something to keep in mind.
We're a Microsoft district, but they'll have access to OneDrive.
Perfect. Yeah. So they'll just have to make sure they also have that saved on their OneDrive.
Is a source control a lesson in the later
Yeah,
learning
there you
plan?
go, Andrew.
We're good.
Yeah,
We're
I think
about
it's like the
75.
last one actually.
So we're at 75% who've gotten the email. So I'll work with the ones who haven't gotten it yet after we see it. So I didn't want to delay y'all. We're at 75%, so we're good.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna turn it over to Andres. He's gonna talk with you about installation using that license key. Yeah, you want me to quit sharing, Andres, or do you want me to share?
I'll just steal it from you.
Yeah, steal it.
There we go.
I thought I muted this. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so this is what the email you've just gotten should look like. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
Okay. So in here, you guys are going to click on the 2023.10 MSI. Let me know when the majority of you are with me. And you'll also find the key that you'll need here. So make sure you take note of this, copy it down, or just be ready to go back to the email to reference it. And then you can follow these same instructions on your computer at home in order to get the second activation of the license key so that you can continue using the software at home. How are we doing? Is everybody more or less at the email yet? We just see a thumbs down. But then I saw a lot of hands raised. I'm guessing those are people with the email.
Sorry, it's only 5 who haven't gotten an email yet. 5 out of 18 is not bad.
Okay.
So
And if they haven't gotten the email yet, it doesn't hurt for them to fill out the form again. I'm not saying that'll fix everything, but I would go back and fill it out just in case, and then also make sure to keep an eye on your spam and junk folder and everything like that.
right on. And then I'll rely on everyone else to help out the 5 missing classmates. But I'm just gonna keep going for now for those that have the email. So you're gonna click in this link right here to get to the download for the software. MSI is basically like an executable file, so it's like downloading, Chrome or something if you have in the past. So then you'll click there and it'll automatically start downloading this executable file. It's going to take a minute depending on how quick your internet is. Mine is pretty fast and it's taken a few seconds. Once you have it ready, you're just going to click on it and you'll get a warning from your browser telling you that it's an executable file. You're going to have to click OK to allow it to launch. And then you might get a user prompt from Windows as well. And for that, to get past that, I think you guys are going to need admin privileges. 1 second. Has everyone been able to download the MSI yet? Show of hands. Or show of thumbs downs. Oh, I already have it installed. So I'm gonna have to, I guess, uninstall it.
You can just bring up the directions. It should look the same as theirs.
Yeah, the PDF
Okay.
should look like their screen.
I'm sorry, something I didn't think about. Some of them are using mail accounts that can only be accessed via the cell phone. It's a district policy on our side that the Wi-Fi that's here, students can't access certain email platforms. Something I didn't think about. So if the download's sitting inside the email, they won't be able to install. But if you show us and we follow the step-by-step guide, then we'll be able to knock it out for us as soon as we forward those emails over. What I'm planning on doing, I have an idea in my head. I just I don't want to delay anything. Would it be okay if I have them? Can I get one of you to forward me the email? I'll download
Guys,
to OneDrive.
Is it just the standard community link? Because that's a standard download. I could send the link and just paste it here. Or is
That's
it a
perfect
special
then.
academic link?
I think it's a special academic link from what I'm looking at here.
Yeah.
I think Tracy, the community links can be more restrictive, isn't it, Michaela?
We've had issues with the community link when installing in lab environments. But since everyone's installing on their individual computers, it seems like I thought it was going to be more of a lab or a virtual lab environment. Community should work just fine as well.
Okay. All right. So if it's one, let me put it like this. I'm trying to place my words right. Every student has an individual link to download, or is it just one community link?
MSI is the same for everybody. The only thing that's specific per student is the license key. So if you put that MSI on a OneDrive or put it on any other place where the students can access to download, that would be completely fine.
So that's the typical community MSI is at that location.
Okay.
All right, I see it.
I can paste the link in chat too, yeah. This is the MSI for the academic edition of the
All right,
MSI.
y'all, I'm gonna the link. Okay. I'm moving over to my other laptop where I'm copying everything in the chat, and then I'll send them over the link via the chat mechanism we have.
Second, I keep private messaging people in the chat. That link should download the Academic Alliance version of the MSI. Has anyone been able to get to the email at all, or is everybody stuck on with the link on their phones?
Okay, I'm sorry. So I'm trying to get the link and I see it in chat. I see one from Tracy. And I see one from Andre. Which one am I sending the students?
Try mine first, and if not, let's try Tracy's.
All right, guys, I'm gonna send it over via Canvas. Give me a moment. Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting everybody the download link. Do you guys have any of you been able to successfully download it? So I'm worried that the domain might be blocked in your network. Someone downloaded it? Nice. Okay, so that means the rest of you will probably also be able to download it. Cool. Is it taking a while to download, or are you guys ready to run it? You cannot download the software on Mac iOS.
So I have a Mac. You'll have to install it in a dual boot type environment. There's a whole set of instructions for it. I can go grab those. But if you run into any problems, we can just connect offline.
How many
Yeah, dual
people have
booting.
Macs? Just curious. Three.
People. Yeah, dual booting is going to be a tough.
We're watching the
tough-
speed. This is gonna be a tough download.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big file.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, need like a school. You need a rent.
Yeah, I guess dual booting is really maybe the best option for people with Macs, but setting up the dual boot's going to be a lot tougher than this download. Not impossible, pretty doable, but it's a few more button clicks than this.
No worries. We're monitoring.
I see everyone busy with the download right now. I'll give you guys a little bit longer, and then we can go over the document. Is anyone completed the download and try to open the MSI? Because I'm wondering if the next hurdle is going to be not having administrative privileges on the computer.
All right, I've got one or two that are finished, so we'll monitor everybody else. And as long as you show it to me, I'm a very savvy former IT guy, so we're and software installer, so we'll be okay as long as I see it.
And Diana's recording this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My download.
But are you guys able to open the executable?
Yes, they're able to. I'm gonna go move closer to have it already ready to go, and then we'll watch the screen.
Okay. I'll just open up this document here and I'll share my screen again. Sure. Let me know when you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so installation instructions, you download the MSI, simple enough. You open it up, just double click, tell your computer it's okay. It's gonna have a small conniption. Just tell it it'll be fine and that you do want to run the software, right? Then you're gonna come up on this screen. When you're on this screen, you have to accept the terms, click custom, and then configure. You're just going to click through a few prompts. It's going to be really simple. And you're going to try to do install for all users on this computer. Should we do install for users for this computer, or should we do install for me only? This might require more permissions.
Yeah, you can try install for me only too. That works as well.
Yeah, especially if these are shared laptops. I don't know if we do want to install it for everybody on the computer.
Yeah, we can tell them to just do the me.
Chris, what do you think? Oh, right.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, me would be fine.
Yeah, okay. Let's do install for me only instead of install for all users on this computer. And then once you've clicked there, you're going to click choose packages and you're going to go developer. This will give you everything, including Studio. The other ones I don't think include Studio at all. So make sure you click developer when you get to this screen. And then you're going to click install. And then that's when you're going to need the elevated permissions. I see Dr. Newfield, I'm guessing, typing in the administrator credentials for everybody in the class one by one.
Yeah, that's why I'm only doing like one or two right now, following the process, and then I can get everybody in, so we're not, delaying y'all.
Okay, cool. Just making sure that we can get past it.
Yeah, and Dr. Newfield, if you need another session this week just with us or one of our mentors, please just reach out and we'll set that up.
Sure, no problem. We've got a little bit of a hurricane thing happening.
I know you do. Yeah. I saw that.
So we're waiting to hear around 1 p.m. whether or not we're going to have anything happening
Yeah.
on our side of the woods. So, but we'll definitely get it get it done before next Tuesday if something weird happens.
Yeah.
So
We're
at least you're
very
recording, so I can-
flexible, so just let us know what's going on. If we need
Will
to
do.
move a session, we can juggle around sometimes and stuff like that. So we're here to help you, right? Yeah.
Excellent. All
We
right.
can
how else
pray
on the-
that the hurricane misses you off.
Okay, so we're at the prompt where it says, please wait while the product installs.
Amazing. So Ideola actually just shared a very interesting article about dual booting, and yes, this would be what you need to do if you have a Mac. However, I think this only works if you have a slightly older Mac, which has the older processors before Apple
no-
started making their own silicon, or is that wrong, Tracy?
I've got a dual boot on my M2, which is
Oh,
current.
on your M2?
8-year-old. Yep.
Oh,
So does Nico,
okay,
so does Priya, so a lot of us on the MVP team use Macs. But yeah, so you probably want to, you definitely want to get that installed prior. If you don't already have Parallels and you have the ability to get it, order it straight from them. It has more capability than the one that you get from the Mac App Store.
Parallels is a third-party software then.
It is, it's a dual boot program that allows you
And
to
that
run
lets you,
Windows separately on your Mac.
and I guess it'll be like Windows on ARM.
Yep, it is. It is actually. Yep.
Right. Yeah, because the regular Windows shouldn't be compatible with the instruction set of that. Okay, anyway. Um, so yeah, you click Automation Developer, and then you click Install, and then it takes a while, and then you click Launch UiPath Studio. So far, so good. Is anyone up to this step yet? But yeah, so the Mac users are going to want to look into Parallels and I guess follow Tracy's documentation.
And there's more than one type, but Parallel seems to be the most common, although there is a cost associated with it because it's like a paid annual subscription. I do think you get a trial of maybe, or at least you used to when I did it a year or two ago, 30 or 60 days, something like that.
Yeah, because these instructions, I mean, it looks like Boot Camp might be Apple's version of it, and it might be free as a utility,
Yeah,
but
I think that was for the older ones, the boot camp version. At least in my research, I didn't find any viable option free a year or two ago, other than just the trial period. There may be more options now.
yeah, because at least from these docs, it looks like whatever Apple gives you for free is only for the Intel Macs, which are older.
Right.
So when we say Intel Macs, we say the ones that don't say, they have an M1, M2, M3 chip. So if you have an older Mac, you're in luck because this just will work easily and it'll be free. Let me try to get back to this little.
Okay, we have our two people who installed software. They are looking at the studio now. It's orchestrated URL.
Nice. Okay, so you're going to want to click more options on the bottom left once you get to this screen.
Okay, I'll click more options.
And the bot, yeah, right there. And then from there, you'll click Add License Key. I have a standalone trial or enterprise key. And then you're just going to plop the key that you got from the email right there. And it'll say automatic. And then from there, assuming everything went well, it should just work and you should be able to start using Studio right away. And Studio looks like this.
They're typing the key in now.
Make sure to
Typing the key in
include the dashes. Yeah, make sure to include the dashes when you type in the key.
By the way, Carla, Matthew, if you have questions, feel free to ask. You're part of this too. Hopefully you guys are going through this program as well. So, just throw anything out there you need.
All right, we see welcome to studio.
Woohoo! Great.
Nice. And I'm dropping my email on the chat as well so that you all have it. You guys can reach out to me too. If you search for my name on LinkedIn, I think I should pop up. I'll also answer you there.
All right, I'm gonna give you a quick warning. I'm gonna mute because the bell should be ringing in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
I don't, we'll do the ear piercing on our side.
Actually, last time it rang, we couldn't hear it. I think Zoom's noise cancellation got it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just leave it on then.
And I think this is more or less what you should be seeing now. I don't know if you guys can see my screen.
Which button do they press when they're inside of there? There's 3 options on the home dashboard. Welcome to the studio.
This isn't what they're looking at already, but it says something different.
Well, there's that first page that's like has the 3 different panels, the academy, that type of thing, the blue.
I'm assuming Academy. Oh, I can hit don't show again. I'll hit Academy just for the fun of it. Oh, you close. Okay, so there was a close button. It says mobile.
It should just be a little pop-up, I guess, that tells you.
Yeah,
and prompts you to have a little tour of studio.
All right. I want to make sure I see every possible question I can get.
No worries.
Good call. Good call.
Sorry, that's the tech support mind in my head. Everybody else okay? All right, we'll walk through it together. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay. And now you guys have a very powerful automation tool installed on your computer. Now the only step left is learning how to use it. You know.
All right, 1 second, y'all. I'm mute.
While we're on mute, does anybody want to tell them or teach them about how to access the forum? Sign up for an account?
I'm waiting to meet with Laura Donna on that so we can sign up everybody. And then once it is, I'll break into one of the lessons and go through that.
Okay.
But yeah, for sure.
Okay. And are we still thinking of setting up the sort of isolated forum place for them, or?
Yeah, I think so. And Andres, why don't I copy you on that to my note to Laura Donna? I'll copy you and Chris, why don't I? She should be setting that up. So.
Sounds good. And I guess just a question. Does anyone have any like ideas of something that they would want to automate for something they already do for school or in their personal lives that they do on their computer? Question for any of the students.
I hope it isn't a dumb question, but could you clarify the whole concept of automation for us really quick?
The whole concept of automation. Okay, so specifically for the UiPath, the main idea is doing business process automation. So it's identifying sort of
task.
A task, exactly. A task that a person might be doing at any sort of business. Maybe someone, let's say at a bank, is going to a federal government website to check the rates that loans need to be sold at, right? So they go onto their computer, they log onto this federal government website, they check the information, and then based on that, they might go back on their system and write up in an Excel some table that does some calculations based off the info they got there. So if they do that, say many times a day or many times per week, then what they would do is they would write a UiPath program that does exactly that. the UiPath program would log into the website for them, open up Excel, type it into the right places into Excel, and then maybe even do some calculations with the numbers to save the person from ever having to do that task again. So UiPath is really powerful because it can do basically anything a person does sitting in front of a computer. It simulates a person sitting in front of a computer. So if there's a button on your screen that you can click as a person, then you can write a program to tell UiPath to click it as a part of an automation.
So one
makes
of the
sense.
first automations I built, as I was thinking through my day and the things that I really did not want to be doing, my kids, their grades are out on a government website. It's a really bad website. And I would have to go click for all 4 kids into each of their 7 classes. And that was like sheer misery. I would just end up forgetting to do it, or it would take like 15 minutes, or then they'd miss something and it would be too late. So I automated having that each afternoon about the time they get out of school. It would go log in for me, go flip to all 4 of my kids, retrieve the grades. I could exclude classes I didn't, like gym or whatever, I didn't need to see stuff about every day. And then I had a giant grade at the top, so I could see like, oh, good, A, don't even need to open it, and would move to the next one. And I had screenshots attached and a little table in email. So you can really, it doesn't have to be for work. You can download your bank statements, or have something sent to you every week instead of you having to download files from your teacher or whatever.
Right, like Tracy. Yeah, like Tracy, I have a bot, his name's Larry, and Larry does my bank reconciliations. He goes and opens my bank statements and downloads all my transactions and reconciles them. He also cleans out my email, so I really don't have to ever check an email unless Larry leaves it in the email and tells me and stars it, so that I have to check it. So it can do a lot of things for you.
Yeah. Another personal automation of mine was back in the day when sneakers and graphics cards were very hard to come by. I had a bot that would just go check Best Buy all the time to see if it was in stock or not so that I could buy it. So you can do a lot of things.
Just
That's
make sure you
terrifying.
don't do it related to Taylor Swift concerts, because that became an issue.
Oh, don't use it to get Taylor Swift tickets.
No, but I did use it to see when PS5s were hitting the market back when they were popular, when they first came out, right?
Yeah, we had a student that built one for the PS5s, actually. Mm-hmm.
I had one
But
for my graphics
is there a
card.
question? Just feel free to speak up whenever you'd like. You don't have to.
Yeah, that really clarifies the whole idea of automation, because I was like sitting here and I was like asking this guy next to me what is automation. But yeah, that really clears that up. Number one, what language is this in? Like programming language? Like the class?
It's in VB language is what you're going to be using, which is the same language that you would use in Excel.
You said VB.
Well, similar. There, it's VB.net is the
So it's
current,
not like
and you have an option. I think at least I see the option there to switch to C#, but VB.net, which is a little
okay,
bit
so it's not
different.
like,
It's similar to VBA in Excel.
but is it like a similar syntax as like Java or Python, or is it like a completely new?
It's different than those, but I mean, same type of approach. It's just another programming language. I mean, you're not starting out from like a black screen or anything. You're starting out from activities that you configure that kind of look like Visio. A lot of times you've got choices and drop downs, things like that, that make it a whole lot easier, which is why it would be considered low code, because you're not just having to rethink the wheel from scratch with a blank screen, but just configure things. And then you have the option, you can absolutely code if you want to. If there's something more complicated or you prefer to do it that way, you can go that route as well and just write straight VB.net.
Yeah, that's exactly why I hesitated, because the code itself is mostly just drag and drop boxes that control how that would
So it's
replace
like,
many of the lines of codes that you normally would write. But then also you can include lines of code in those boxes, let's say, and then those would be in VB.net. But if you prefer something more similar to Java, C# is basically Java in syntax.
okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. So you can choose one or the other, and that language that you pick is only the language that you will write inside of the boxes. And I guess the boxes or flowcharts are really the main programming language. a bit of a loaded question. But yeah, any other questions to get set up? Any
I think
immediate
that's it
ideas?
from us, but how do we access the meeting recording?
Good question. I'm going to put the URL. So you would just go to the login you used to get into the session to begin with. And then it won't be posted for a day. It usually takes me at least till the end of today to post it because I have to wait for the recording to come to me. So I'm just going to put in chat where you look for the recording tomorrow. And you're going to go to the wrap up tab at the top of the page. I just put that in chat.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Anything else from anyone? Are we all set up? We're good to keep going and get started next week?
Yeah. Dr. Newfield, you okay?
I'm back. It's all about that hurricane. One of my classes has to actually turn in a research paper to me on Thursday.
Yeah.
And so because they're to the community college here for their class, for one of the classes I teach, there's different rules that I had to express to them, and they're all ninth graders.
Okay.
So that's why I'm. But anything they're going to fill me in if I missed anything. Was there anything major that I need to be
I
concerned
don't
about?
think so. Like if you have any problems and they're not set up, you know, we're very flexible. So just let us know. Let us know about the hurricane if you need anything. Let us know if you personally need another session with you or a couple people. And if we need to do more setup at the beginning of next session, we'll adjust. That's why we have these
Sounds
90-minute sessions, just to adjust. So I think we're good if you're good for today. And then just reach out to me and I'll get whoever we need. You can always reach out to any of our team members, by the way. But if you need help identifying who that is for a while, you can just reach out to me.
Yeah, and I think most of
Sure.
us tonight will put our contact
Right,
information
in the chat. So you might want to make sure you grab the chat before I close that up,
Will do.
if you can. And then what else? Oh, eventually we're going to open up a forum on UiPath community where you guys can all email us directly if you have any questions and stuff. So I'm working on that too. It might just be a week or two before I get that done. And then Dr. Newfield, if you want if you want a certain person to manage that forum website with UiPath, let me know. If
Sounds
it's
good.
you, that's fine. Yeah.
Sounds good. No problem. And I just copied the whole chat.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. I think you have everything then. You have my email, you have Chris's, you have Tracy's and Andres and Jeffrey's, I'm sure. So, Michaela's in there. I think you've got us all. Yeah. Anything
Good.
else you guys
And
need? And that goes for Suncoast too. Just let us know.
and we'll get the software installed by Monday based upon whatever the schedule might pop up. I'm thinking an extra day right now, but I think we'll definitely be ready by Tuesday unless something weird happens.
Yeah. And if so, we can get on the call. It could be a weird call. That's fine with us too.
No worries.
Yep. Cool. All right, you guys, stay safe.
Thank you. Y'all have a
Most
good
important
weekend
thing.
or week.
Thanks,
Perfect.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Anyway, bye.
Bye.